The potassium ion concentration theory is a kind of active potassium transport theory, and it was given by two Japanese scientists, Fujino and Imamura, generally. But later on, it was revised and modified by another scientist known as Levitt. So the contribution of development of potassium ion theory lies, or we always say that it was explained in a much better way, or it was just explained by Levitt. There is no as such indication about Imamura and Fujino in most of the books, but they were the actual people who developed this accumulate, or who at first showed that there is some accumulation of potassium ion in the guard cells, and because of that, opening of the stomata is actually taking place. So, what exactly is the process of potassium ion concentration theory? It is a kind of explanation which gives us an idea that how does the stomata it opens and how it closes, and what are the different factors on which it is dependent, the molecules which contribute in the process, and even on the uh, it also depends on the mechanism in which various molecules they are formed during this process of potassium exchange from the guard cells to the subsidiary cells and vice versa. Even when this exchange is taking place, the stomatal size is also changing. So we will be looking into details about each one of it on the basis of few factors. So first of all, we should focus on opening of the stomata. And when does opening of stomata takes place? It takes place during the day. What is the reason for opening of stomata? So that the carbon dioxide molecules they can come inside and oxygen molecules can go out. Even for the process of transpiration also, this stomata plays a very important role. So these are the two processes. One is transpiration, second one is gaseous exchange, and both these processes are taking place with the help of stomata. What exactly is stomata? Stomata is a aperture which is present or which is made by two guard cells. These guard cells are either kidney shaped or they are dumbbell shaped, depending on the type of plant in which it is present. In case of dicot plants, it is kidney shaped, whereas in case of monocot plants, they are dumbbell shaped. Dumbbell is, yeah, they are actually dumbbell shaped in case of monocot plants. So this is a very important point. This is for monocot. The process will still remain the same, but the structure of the monocot guard cells as well as dicot guard cells is different. That's why I just wanted to remind you all about it. I hope most of you even remember it. Now, these guard cells, when they open up, these both are guard cells, and the aperture which is created in between them is known as the stomata. Singular form is stoma, whereas plural form is stomata. Anyways, now our interest is to understand few important things. First thing is, as soon as the sunlight falls on these guard cells, they incompletely oxidize the phosphoenol pyruvate, which is PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate, and they oxidize incompletely oxidate incomplete oxidation of PP occurs, which is phosphoenol pyruvate, and later on it gets converted into organic acids, and these organic acid is known as malic acid. This reaction is catalyzed by an enzyme which is known as phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. I hope you all remember these processes because we have already, like, once we have discussed about them. So it starts with phosphoenol pyruvate. Just write the full spelling so that you all can recapitulate it. Phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, and this is the enzyme which is written in short form as PEP. This is incompletely oxidized. This is not exactly the enzyme, it is a substrate which is present inside the guard cells, and they are getting incompletely oxidized as soon as they are coming in contact with the solar radiation or sunlight. So when they get oxidized, they form incompletely like incomplete products, and that incomplete organic acid is known as malic acid. Now, and this entire process of conversion from PEP to malic acid is taking place with the help of an enzyme. What is the name of the enzyme? It is known as PEPCO. Now, as the name suggests, it is phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. I'm just writing the spelling of carboxylase, but you can write phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. I have already written the spelling of phosphoenol pyruvate previously. So this is the enzyme which is helping in or this is the enzyme which facilitates the process of conversion of phosphoenol pyruvate to malic acid. Now, once malic acid is formed, then after we'll just look into the process from here. Okay, so malic acid, once when it is formed, it dissociates into malate ions and protons. What is the importance of these protons? And once these protons are formed inside the guard cells, now they will be the ones who will be exchanged along with chloride ions, as well as few more yeah, basically it's chloride ions outside the cell, and as an exchange product potassium will come inside. So that's what happens. So potassium, what happens in the third step? The potassium ions from the guard cells, they are transported to the epidermal or subsidiary cells, and later on the and at the same time potassium ions, the hydronium ions are moving out of the guard cells, whereas the potassium ions, they are coming inside the guard cells. And through this hydrogen potassium ion exchange pump, the plasma membrane of the guard cells, they become very turgid. Once these guard cells have very high amount of potassium ions, and they are capable of balancing the malate ions, then this causes a small amount of chloride ions to move out of the guard cells and make the environment, or just neutralize the effect of potassium ions. Okay, so the process of ion exchange, it requires ATP molecules as well, and so this process is also a kind of active process. Increased amount of potassium and uh, malate ions inside the vacuoles of guard cells, or these guard cell structures, it just increases the osmotic concentration or osmotic pressure of the guard cells. As a result, if the osmotic pressure is increased, now what will happen? Because of increased osmotic pressure, the solute concentration will get increased. So from here, uh, after increase in osmotic pressure, there will be increase in solute concentration. And I hope here also it's not properly written, so just let me write. So after osmotic pressure increase, the solute concentration increased. Solute concentration, what is the solute over here? The solute is the malic acid ions, as inside the guard cells, and as well as the potassium ions. So the solute concentration is increasing. As the solute concentration is increasing, there is decrease in water potential. As the water potential decreases, endosmosis into the guard cells occurs, and finally the guard cells, they become turgid, they swell up, and hence this results in opening of stomata. So because of increased turgor pressure, there is actually the osmotic pressure which is getting basically the turgidity is actually taking place during this process. Okay, so ultimately what has happened, due to accumulation of potassium ions in the guard cells, there is a kind of increase in exchange of gases as well as rate of transpiration, and so we can expect that very high amount of glucose formation is occurring at that time. Now reverse case happens if the closing of in case of closing of stomata, as carbon dioxide is not utilized in photosynthesis. So during night, what happens? This causes the concentration of the stomata or the guard cells. Big, it has very high concentration of carbon dioxide, and because of this there is decreased pH of guard cells. And abscisic acid, I hope you can recapitulate, it is a kind of hormone which is present in the plants, and the function of this hormone comes into play at this time. This abscisic acid, it acts as an inhibitor, and because of this, there is just because carbon dioxide is present, it causes the inhibition of abscisic acid. As a result, potassium ion uptake by the uh, process of diffusion or by the process of permeability of guard cells for positive ions is not taking place, and as a result the potassium ions are transported back to the epidermal cells. So what happens again, the inside osmotic concentration, it is going to increase. Once the osmotic pressure or osmotic potential is going to decrease in the guard cells, that will lead towards exoosmosis, and the potassium ions, they are going back to the subsidiary cells. As a result, the guard cells, they are getting flattened and coming very close to each other, which causes the complete blockage of the complete which causes the complete blockage of the complete blockage of this stomata, and as a result no exchange of gases or transpiration can occur during that time. So this is all about the opening and closing of stomata. Now there are a few things which I just wanted to discuss with you all, and it is about the rate of transpiration. There are few anti-transpirants, natural, or I should say chemical. Some of them are chemical, some of them are natural anti-transpirants which are present. The meaning of anti-transpirants is anti-trans. The anti-transpirants are kind of substances or chemicals which help in avoiding, or I should rather say, disrupts the process of transpiration. The name of such chemicals are abscisic acid. It is a kind of hormone which is already present in plants, because and sometimes even carbon dioxide concentration acts as a inhibitor. And one more thing is there which is known as PMA. The PMA is known as phenyl mercuric acetate. It is a very important chemical which is required for, or which acts as an inhibitor of transpiration. So this is a very important thing, and you should be aware about it. Remember about live it, live it. Also remember that in this process of conversion of starch and carbohydrates by phosphoenol pyruvate, how malic acid is getting formed after by oxaloacetate. If you have your previous year books of class 10, you can revise it from there. The entire mechanism was written very clearly. So, or even from your textbook, if you can learn it, it's very easy to recapitulate. It's a very important question of 5 marks, which is most of the times asked in the examination.